Hi, hello, yes, welcome back to my channel. Do we like the fit today? I'm giving very bohemian, which I love so much. I got this outfit today, actually. Just don't know how I feel about this. So today, I want to talk to you guys about autism because it is Autism Awareness Month and I'm autistic. And I wanted to educate you guys about what autism really is. Basically, everyone's autism is very different, including mine. And I've had a lot of people ask me about my autism ever since I've coming out of the closet as autistic. Just imagine if that's just how it goes. It's just simple as that. Just like coming out of a closet being like, guys, I'm autistic. But as a bi person, that's double coming out. But I wanted to sit down and answer questions about me being autistic, educate everybody here. I've asked you on my Instagram and my Facebook, so yeah, let's get educated. So we're gonna start with my Instagram first. I did like a thing being like, ask me questions and stuff. So one person said, do you think autism helps you, hurts you, or more neutral overall? That's a really good question. Holy shit. It's a kind of a neutral feeling where I'm like, I love how I can think so differently and like see the world in a different light than anybody else. And I also just like how unique and creative I am. I feel like it's a little bit of my autism being creative and unique. But there are some times where I get frustrated and I hate having it because there are some things that I can't read, like social cues. I have a horrible time reading social cues in social situations. Like if I did something to my partner and they never realized I did, and I never realized I did something, and they kind of give me like this weird look of like, you didn't know what you just did. I'm like, oh no, like what did I do? And then they tell me like, hey, this made me upset, but I never realized that made them upset. Or like another situation, my friend needed some space, but I couldn't see that she needed some space until she had to verbally tell me, hey, I need some space. So sometimes people just have to be straightforward with me, even though it sounds rude, because I can't pick up on social cues that great. But it's just an overall feeling sometimes. Another person said, not much as a question, but I think autism folks get a bad rap when they're actually real fun people. Fuck yeah, dude. I feel like a lot of autistic people, including myself, are really fun. I remember I took Deegan to Broadway Brave, and he and I just had a blast, and he's so much fun to hang out with. He like literally, he's the coolest person to hang out with ever. Not because he's my best friend, but like in general. And I have like a lot of autistic people where I'm like, oh my God, you are fun as fuck. Did other people ever treat you negatively for being autistic? Yes. I had so many people treat me negatively because I'm autistic. When I was in middle school, the whole school found out I was autistic and they bullied me so badly. They called me a freak. They've called me the R slur. They told me I would never be anything. I basically got torn down by a lot of people, especially popular girls. They just kind of like treated me like I was their social experiment and their pet, which made me so sad. High school got a lot better because there were a lot of people like me. I was only like one of the few autistic people in the school, so it was really nice to like have somebody else in the community who's also autistic and can relate to my experiences. So yeah, and another thing is with people, I went to like the social group thing, and immediately when I told them I was autistic, they switched up immediately and just treated me like I was a child. Which, don't ever treat autistic people like they're stupid or like they're children. For example, being like, oh my goodness, hello there. Like, bruh, I'm literally 23. It's weird to say I'm 23. So now on my Facebook, I've gotten so many comments on my Facebook, which thank you guys. One person said, how has it impacted your life positively? It has made me feel so creative and unique in a way I can tell my story. I also just love like sensory feelings. Like I like when paper goes against my face and I'm like, I also just love my like little stems, especially my vocal stems. I think my favorite one is like the, what's that? There's a little baby, her name's Ellie, on the K and Tay channel, and Ellie always goes, what's that? And I always go to Giddy and be like, what's that? Advice for others, how to deal with people not seeing you as more than just your learning disability. Get educated. Just learn how to advice on others. Oh, learn this again. Advice for others on how to deal with people not seeing you as more than just your learning disability. Oh my gosh, that's really fucking good. You're all gonna get to give me a second. I figured it out. I'm sorry. It took me a really long time to figure it out. Ooh. It's hard because people will always like see me sometimes as like, it's hard because like when I'm working with somebody and I'm like, I'm not getting it. Patience, just please be patient. It goes a long way, especially for like me. Sometimes I have a really hard time learning quickly. Like I tell people, I learn like a mountain. I don't learn like steps. I learn like a mountain where I like take a step, take another step, take another step, where people are like taking steps by stairs. Like it's hard for me because I feel like I burped. It's just hard because like I really tried to learn, and it's frustrating because sometimes I don't get it immediately. Like it takes me a long time to figure things out. But that's a really good question. What can people do to bring more acceptance to the autism community? You know, normalizing it. Being like, hey, like you're autistic, that's cool. Engage in their special interest. For example, if you love theater, listen to some theater songs with me. If you like rocks, like bring me some rocks and we could talk about it and all that stuff. Engage in the special interest is so important for an autistic person to bond with and to have that trust within them, which I think is really cool. And just understanding and listening. And I have to vent about me being autistic and how frustrating it is. Just understand, listen, and accept. And don't judge other autistic people. And also, like, just be there for them. Like, for example, if they're doing something wrong in a social situation and they don't realize it, just give them a little heads up. Don't make them feel bad about it. Just normalize and accept it. What are some things, big or small, that autism made difficult in your everyday life, school, routine, etc.? I have a really hard time not going off schedule. So if like we're going off schedule, I lose it, which is weird because I have ADHD and I'm like, oh, I don't care. But then there's some days where I'm like, wait, no, that's supposed to happen. Like I remember one time I was working out. I wanted to go to the game store, but I wanted to go to the gym first. So I went to the gym store and then the game store was closed and a whole breakdown about it in my car. And Gideon's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm supposed, like I just flipped out. But routine is really hard because with my ADHD, I also get distracted, but my autism is like, okay, like we have to do this, and this. We gotta be structured. We gotta do this on time. I'm weird with times. Like I remember I'm like, okay, like 11:30, my necklace fell off. Like at 11:30, we gotta do this. And then at 12:30, we gotta do this, where my ADHD just gets lost and scrolls on my phone for hours. Like it's pretty hard sometimes, but it's just, it is what it is. I'm learning now to be more structured with myself and strict on my time and everything. But also, if things just don't go according to plan, it is okay. It is not the end of the world. And that's what I'm learning as well. How did you notice you were different? Oh, that's a good question. I realized at the age of 10, there was something wrong with me. I realized being pulled in different classrooms and stuff, and no one else is being pulled in different classrooms, learning different things. I realized my speech therapist was there talking to me. I didn't realize she was a speech therapist. I thought everyone else was doing this. And just the way that like people would treat me versus how they treated others, I was so confused. And then I just sat down with my parents and I'm like, be honest with me, what's wrong with me? And they looked at me like, huh? And I said, what's wrong with me? And they looked sad, and they're like, what do you mean what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't learn like the other kids. There's something wrong with me. My dad looked at my mom looked at my dad, they gave a little nod, and that's when they sat me down. And like, you know how Apple uploads you, like Apple has an upgrade and it says like the hello, hola, like those. My dad's like, read that to me. And I'm like, hola. He goes, read it again. I said, hola. He goes, read it one more time. I'm like, hola. He goes, you know how you did it differently? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, that's what you have. You're autistic. And I'm like, I'm what? And he goes, you're autistic. He explained it to me like, you have a hard time with social cues and reading and school, and everyone else learns like steps, like I was telling you about, and you learn like a mountain. He's like, it gets a little hard, but you're gonna be okay. And that's why we have you in these special classes and everything like that. And that's when it became eye-opening to me that I was different. I just realized it. I was pretty smart for realizing it. My parents even told me, like, they would, I'm trying to burp, what the fuck? My parents never tried to hide it from me. They were very open with me, and they kept asking me like about it, and they kept trying to talk to me about it, but I just wouldn't comprehend it. So my parents never hid it from me, which I like a lot. They were very open with me about it. How are some ways you express yourself when you're feeling upset? When I get overstimulated, I usually step out of the room into a quiet area, especially in the classroom. I'm a preschool teacher, and it gets loud in there. So sometimes when we're ratio, I'm like, hey, I just need a minute. And I step outside, I take a couple deep breaths, I do my 5 senses, which if you want me to do a video on that, I will totally do a video on that. I stim, which is like, I do like this, and now I'm doing it. And then sometimes I do like the rock and forth thing, which is this one, which helps me a lot. And just kind of like breathe and calm down. I have like my sensory toys with me. It's just a lot of breathing exercises and like getting out of my head and realizing like it's okay, like you're in a quiet space. I just need quiet, especially like when I'm in the classroom. In my house, I usually just stay away from my phone because it's gonna cause me more anxiety. So I just stay away from my phone and just, you know, do my little fidget toy, which I have one in my house everywhere. If you come over to my apartment, there are fidget toys plant everywhere, just because I get very distracted and sometimes I get very fidgety. So this one I have, which is from Target. You can find it at Target, Dollar Tree, Five Below, like they're everywhere. How does it impact your day-to-day life, positively or negatively? I think I kind of answered that, but to get more in depth, like negatively, it's like the scheduling, where I get really upset if things don't go according to plan. Social cues, I have a hard time picking up on those, especially with friends. I had friends who have dropped me for no reason. Well, probably because I upset them for a reason, but they never told me. That's the negative part. The positive part is just the creativity and like how I can like, I like structures and I like having a plan, always having a plan. But no, it sucks when you're like trying to think about what you did wrong and you can't like really comprehend like what you did wrong. So that's kind of the part that sucks about it. What are some challenges you face? Social cues. I can't pick up on social cues sometimes. It is so hard to, especially with my friends. And I'm like, oh my God, are they joking? Are they not joking? Are they teasing me? Are they not teasing me? And I had to like really think back on like, okay, like, was that a joke? Was that not a joke? And like, was I okay? Did I do okay socially? That's another thing I face. Another one is just like loudness. The weird thing about me is I can stand next to a speaker in a concert and I'll totally be okay. But if a child screams so loud, I have to cover my ears, or a beeping noise, I have to cover my ears. Like, it's just, I can't handle it. Sensory texture, especially with like just, clothes and like fabrics, I can't. Like sometimes I touch it, I'm like, ah! Food is pretty hard. Me trying new foods. That's what my goal is this year, is to try new foods, but it's been pretty hard because I have texture issues, and that also revolves my eating problems, which I've recovered, but back then it was kind of bad. Another thing that really sucks is just forgetting things. Like sometimes I forget to eat, sometimes I forget to take meds, sometimes I forget to drink water, like sometimes I forget to do things because I'm so hyper fixated on something else that I forget to take care of myself. That I've gotten so much better on. I made myself a list and to make myself a routine to strictly follow. And I'm trying not to get upset over it when it does not go to plan. It's still a work in progress, but thank you so much for sitting here and listening to me about educating yourself about autism, getting to know about my autism. It really means a lot. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys learned a lot. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.